Welcome back. If you saw the first video, you know I tested out some clubs from the 70s versus some clubs from today. The performance was drastically different, even though the score for 9 holes was only 1 shot difference. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the Skytrak and I'm going to compare the numbers. I'm going to hit some 7-irons, some 5 woods, and some drivers and compare the numbers so we can see how different the performance really is with these two sets of clubs. Let's get to it.
5 holes to go, just play 13. Need to palm my way in, gotta hit more greens. My game's obscene now, hooks and big fades. It's not my day now, why did I play now?
Okay, what we're looking at here is we are looking at the old and the new. So we're going to look at the new 7-iron firstly of today versus the 7-iron from 1974. So the ball speed, difference in ball speed was 14 miles per hour difference in ball speed. The old 7-iron launched a few degrees higher and it had a lot more spin, almost 2,300 RPMs more spin. One thing I say is with the mats that I'm hitting off of, the mat is anywhere from 500 to 1,000 RPMs lower, I believe, hitting off that mat. But even with that, that old 7-iron is more like a 9-iron or a pitching wedge of today, it looked like. Side RPMs, 486, which is any positive number there is moving to the right. So it was very hard to hit any type of draw with those clubs. So 486 RPMs, that's fade spin, essentially. Carry yards, 36 yards shorter. Total yards, 40 yards shorter. 152 yards with my 7-iron versus 112 with that 7-iron, the old 7-iron. So moving to the 5 wood, the ball speed was 8 yards less with the old 5 wood. Again, it launched higher, almost 1.5 degrees higher, and it had about 1,300 RPMs more backspin. Side RPMs was a lot more, 884 side RPMs, so that's a really weak fade. Kind of started a little bit right with this side degree, and then it faded even more on average. So carry yards, 175 versus 153 with the old 5 wood, and total yards 182 versus 156. So that's 26 yards difference there. Now moving to the driver, ball speed was 11 miles per hour slower with the old driver. The launch actually was a little bit lower with the old driver, and the spin was 700 RPMs more spin. Again, side RPMs 821. So again, another weak fade out to the right there on average. So the old driver carried about 35 yards shorter, and the total distance was about 38 yards shorter. So pretty big difference there. Height, you can even look at height, and the new driver was 28 yards versus 22. So a lot shorter, flew lower, didn't carry. So there you have it.
Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video on the clubs from the 70s versus the clubs of today. Plan on doing some more clubs. I've actually have some TaylorMade and some Callaway clubs from more of the 80s, so we can kind of compare the 80s and maybe even the 90s with what's today. So if you liked the video, like, subscribe, and Mr. Short Hitter out.
Just clear my head, get back in this. Got an outside shot, you still can win this. You run off birdies before, why not now? It's just a game now, let's show them how. It's done. You're Mr. KB. Respect on your name is deserved when you're playing the game that you played from yay high. I'ma write my names in the books and play now. Raj told me have fun, so I'ma do it. King, hit it high, let it fly, shoulda knew it. Split the fairway with it, clear shot in, knock it close.